Sonic in the 2000s was an experience to be had. And I don't just mean Sonic as a character himself, I mean his friends too. Amy, Knuckles, Tails, I mean all the games, Sonic Adventure 2, Sonic Heroes, Sonic 06. The music, Flying the Freedom, Live and Learn, Believe in Myself. Not that song. Definitely not that song. But there was so much good to come out in the 2000s. This is what really established Sonic for me and for a bunch of other people. I mean, hey, I could just be being biased. In fact, I probably am being biased. But this is one of the best versions or the best times for Sonic, in my opinion. It's when Sega was re-establishing themselves. It was the turn of the century. Sonic got introduced to 3D. This is where we really started to figure out who he was as the character and who his friends were, what his world was like, you know? What kind of music did he really listen to? This is the reason why I got into video games. So for me, there's no other version of Sonic that can top this version of the franchise. And so yeah, I'm being pretty biased here, but hey, sue me. You're biased too if you're from any other generation. But that's not to say that Sonic right now as a franchise is in a bad state. That couldn't be any further from the truth. In fact, right now, Sonic is in a better spot than where he's been in a long time. I mean, let's be real. Without this version of Sonic, we wouldn't have had Sonic Frontiers. We wouldn't have been relevant again like we are. All it took was this one meme, or actually these couple memes, because it was a big deal. All it took was Sega listening to fans, Sega and Paramount I guess, but they listened to the fans and they changed Sonic's appearance in Sonic Movie 1. And what happened? Sonic movie took off. Of course, the box office isn't really going to reflect that when you compare it to like a Mario movie or something, because Mario is just going to be more popular than Sonic. But most people seem to have a lot more respect for the Sonic movies over other movies, right? And then Sonic Racing Crossworlds. It's gained a lot of respect from a lot of different gamers. Sonic Frontiers, this is a pretty good game too, you know? So I just say all this to say I'm not trying to come at Gen Alpha's version of Sonic. I know that Sonic is special to you guys for different reasons, but I'm just happy that he's special to you guys and that you guys kept him relevant. It's cool to see Sonic evolve in a way that, I don't know, makes him special to everybody else. So I'm not upset really with the evolution of Sonic. If any character is going to be really relevant over decades, then yeah, they're probably going to have to evolve. I mean, just look at the SpongeBob show. But yeah, Sonic in the 2020s is great, but Sonic in the 2000s is greater. I just have a few reasons why. Reason number one, the character writing was immaculate. I'm specifically thinking of the Sonic Adventure series, but this can apply to different games too. Pretty much went over it in my other videos, but we have Tails' character arc, for instance. He's learning to not rely and depend solely on Sonic and become his own fox, so to speak, right? And then guess what happens in Sonic Adventure 2? The first time we see Tails, he's actually saving Sonic. That was great character development. That's a great character arc. You have Sonic battling himself within because he's like, wow, I have actually somebody who could keep up with me now in Shadow, and he has this little foil there going on. Knuckles, he's figuring out his past and who his family was, what his kid in the tribe was all about. I guess what I'm trying to get at is each of the characters had a clear identity, you know, and a clear thing that they struggle with, clear things that they had to overcome and that they did overcome. And that's the reason why each character has people who gravitate towards them, because they see themselves in those characters. That is always going to be a mark of good writing, right? And then you compare that to now, the 2020s. Now, look, I will say that in the 2020s, Sega has been in a constant state of trying to undo all the tomfoolery they did in the 2010s. They're cleaning up their mess, so to speak. I feel like Sonic Frontiers as a whole was a step in the right direction, but it feels like we're going in circles, and then we're just kind of having undo the mistakes that we already made. Why am I saying we like I'm actually part of the Sega team? But you guys get what I mean. They don't really know where to go with some of these characters. At least that's how it comes across. This is the most prevalent with Amy, in my opinion. She's just missing that fight that she once had, and she's just becoming sweet, polite Amy. And it's like, since when is Amy polite? But hey, I digress. I do think Sega's still taking a step in the right direction. I just want them to give each of the characters more distinct traits that made them special in the first place. Another reason why I think Sonic was better in the 2000s is because of the music. Now, genuinely, this whole video is just opinion based. It's not fact, but this is really, I want to emphasize, this is solely my opinion. Please do not attack me in these comments, y'all. Please don't do it. Y'all, I am not a fan of the EDM in the 2020s. Please make it stop. And hey, look, if you like EDM, that is great. You continue liking EDM. You are a special star. You go. But it's just, I don't know, it feels like there's an over-reliance on EDM in a way that there just wasn't before. Versus like, yeah, the 2000s, you had a multitude of different genres in one game. Sonic Adventure 2 was elite. I'm telling y'all. Fly in the Freedom? Oh my goodness. I be showing my Sonic playlist to my coworkers and they be looking at me like, this was in a Sonic game? And I'd be like, yeah, you've been missing out. The Aquatic Mind song for Knuckles, I just love the line. Sometimes I want to just chill and live, because that's like, you understand Knuckles. You understand it. And not only just in Sonic Adventure 2, but literally all the games in the 2000s, you knew Sonic was going to have an elite soundtrack, and they delivered each time. But once the 2010s hit and the 2020s hit, don't get me wrong, there's a spot for EDM. EDM is welcome. EDM can come and hang out, but please don't take over. Please don't do that to us. I think the final reason why I would say Sonic was better in the 2000s versus now is just because of the overall aesthetic. And I just mean artistically. Like I love the art for Sonic Adventure 2, the heavy line art. Sometimes it's like thin in some parts, sometimes it's not. It reminds me of graffiti. I mean, it's no secret. Sonic does kind of tend to take, or at least they did take, some inspiration from like Black culture. And I don't know, I just like the aesthetic of the games. I like the aesthetic of the art and the levels, the level design. Like Pumpkin Hill looks vastly different from like, I don't know, City Escape. Like you genuinely feel like you're on an adventure in Sonic Adventure. And not only that, Sonic Unleashed, you feel like you're on an adventure. That low-key could have been called Sonic Adventure 3. It's not, but I'm just saying, like, you're going on an adventure. And it really did match up with Sonic's adventurous spirit, right? So it all made sense. It all played in. It worked hand in hand. But yeah, I don't make this video to bash on this version of Sonic, this generation's Sonic at all. I love this version of Sonic. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I don't love it, but I really do like where Sonic is as a franchise right now. And if I'm being honest with you guys, at the rate things are going for this franchise, I could see it getting better. I could see it being better than the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise of the 2000s. I really do hope it does, to be honest with you guys, because I want it to be special for this next generation. Let me know if I'm just being too biased and glazing my own generation or whatever. Thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you guys for all your support. Thank you for your subscriptions. I really do appreciate it. It means a lot. I'll be back with another video soon. Stay tuned.